Who here likes to game and watch?
Me, I like to game and watch.
I would like to show you today the Game & Watches that I have in my collection. I feel like these lights are really bright, so I'm going to bring this down, I think, ever so slightly. So if you don't know what the Game & Watches are, where have you been? It's something that I remember very fondly in my childhood, although when I played it as a kid, it wasn't mine, it was my friends. It was my friends or people I knew at school, primary school, little school, really little. And I think this was even before I would have been very, very young, probably about 6 or 7. And I remember someone in my class had the Zelda one. So, you know, the sandwich one, the flip up one. And you can see them right here. So we'll get them out in a second. But yeah, so someone had the Zelda one, and it wasn't a case of me playing it, it was a case of me going and being able to see someone else play it, and just being like, whoa, blown away, because you go from the bottom screen to the top screen. Mind-blowing stuff. This is when pretty sure some of these Game & Watches came out before the Nintendo Entertainment System came out. That's how old these are. These are crazy old. I want to go over the ones that I have in my collection, and just a couple of things of, like, you know, do's and don'ts. And a lot of people think the first kind of portable Nintendo system was the Game Boy, which came out in, I think it was 89. And no, you would be wrong. It wasn't the Game Boy, it was the Game & Watch. Why do they call them the Game & Watch? It was a time when everything had a clock on it. A watch, if you will. And this, you could have the clock on it, and it also had a game. The Game & Watch. I guess that's why they called it the Game & Watch. So, as I said, one of my friends from primary school was, he had the Zelda Game & Watch, which was, it's the first ever Zelda game I technically ever played. Yeah. You know, that's why, and it's not even called The Legend of Zelda. There's no kind of reference to the character being Link. It was Zelda. That's why so many people, probably my age, used to call Zelda, or Link, Zelda. Just called Zelda. I'll show you when we look at the game, but yeah, so one of my earliest memories with the Game & Watch is playing my friend's Zelda Game & Watch. You know, fast forward to the mid-90s. Obviously, gaming was crazy in the mid-90s. We used to have these things, I guess it would be like a, what would you call it in America? Like a yard sale. We call them like a car boot sale. And yeah, you kind of go and you know, buy people's old things. And when I was perusing, I remember seeing a Game & Watch, which was, I think it was the Safe Buster, Bomb Sweeper. We'll cut to it. I remember seeing that, and I distinctly remember there being a £3 price tag on the Game & Watch, and I picked it up. And I remember the battery cover on the back was missing, but all you had to do was kind of just, well, put batteries in and just throw some sellotape on it, and I think it worked for what I needed as a young man in the world. Now those appear to just be very easily lost, those battery covers, and yeah. Many a time I've seen people selling Game & Watches and they're missing the battery covers. Now you can get battery covers, like replacement ones. If you want the official ones, they'll set you back a pretty penny. But you do get people who make a legitimate business out of 3D printing the battery covers. And I do actually have one that's got a 3D printed battery cover because it was really, really cheap when I bought it. If you are going to get a Game&Watch, obviously the batteries that go inside, it's like the watch batteries. That was one of the kind of main reasons. They wanted to make the Game&Watches lighter, so you can put big batteries in them. So it's just watch batteries? Clock batteries. Anyway, super small batteries. So let us just cut to these games in progress. I'll just list out kind of the ones that we have, and I'll try and capture them quite nicely. I don't know how well the camera, the light's gonna pick them all up, but we'll do our best. But let's rifle through what we've got. Okay, let's start with Mario Bros. So this was released in 1983. God damn. This is the book style. It's the only one I have that's actually the book style. And you play, well, I'm not even sure which character's which, just Mario Bros at the moment. So you've got one Mario Bros passing a parcel to the other Mario Bros, and he has to pass it back to the other Mario Bros. He has to pass it back to the other Mario Bros, and then they load it on the truck. Next up is Donkey Kong, one of my favourites growing up, which is a great game. This is actually made in 1982, and this is the one where I thought it was a 3D printed battery cover, but it's not. It's just a cover from a different Game&Watch. So if you haven't played this, you start off as Mario at the bottom. Is it Mario? We don't know. It's speculation. But this is the multi-screen. First of our sandwich one, and you have to run up, dodging everything, jumping over everything. God, ladders, go round, up the other ladder. Then you got to hit the switch and use the crane to knock Donkey Kong off. Next up is Donkey Kong 2. If you have Donkey Kong 1, you got to have Donkey Kong 2. I think this is the first one where Donkey Kong, well, the Junior shows up, and yes, this one was made in 1983. So again, some of these are proper old. So yeah, so you start off as Donkey Kong Jr. at the bottom, and you have to save. You have to save Donkey Kong. So you have to grab the key, climb the vines, watch out for all the crocodiles, watch out for all the sparks, jump up into the top screen, you jump on the vines, watch out for the birds, watch out for more crocodiles, and try not die. Get the key into the lock. Bish, bash, bosh. Mickey and Donald. This is probably one of the later ones I had. No, it's not. Nope, it's 1982. So this one is actually older than me. Crazy. It's not in bad condition, but it's not in fantastic condition. As you can see there, 1982. Germany. So yeah, so with this one, you have Mickey on the bottom screen, Donald on the top. You have to pump the fire truck to get the water flowing up to the top, so Donald can use the water to put the fire out in the building. It's a fun game. Super fun game. Super fun game. Next up we have Squish. So Squish is, as you can see, this is probably one of my best looking Game&Watches. It looks immaculate. So this one's actually from 1986. And yes, as you can see from all these pictures, it's very good looking. So as part of Squish, what we need to do is, I'm actually holding the batteries in place here because there's something a bit funky wrong with this Game&Watch, but that's why I'm using it kind of one-handed, because I'm holding the batteries in. But you have to just, you have to move where the sign tells you to move to, and everything moves either left, right, up or down. You just have to kind of navigate through the maze. Super fun game. Super fun game. Squish! Next up we have probably my favourite Game&Watch, which is Bomb Sweeper. Again, a great looking little piece I have. It looks relatively new, even though it came out in 1987. Wowzers, I made a mess in my trousers. So as you can tell with Bomb Sweeper, you have to basically kind of clear the puzzles. You can move some bits out of the way, the planks out of the way. You have to get to the bomb on the other side before the time runs out. Super fun game. This is the game I probably spent the most time playing. So you have to navigate through the little maze. You can take little shortcuts like this, blop, to get to the bomb faster, save time, get more points. Bang. Don't say bang, it's a bomb. And finally, Zelda. Not The Legend of Zelda, Zelda. This is the first Game&Watch I ever played, and this is from 1989. So this would have been after the Zelda was released on the NES, I believe. Obviously 1989 was when the Game Boy came out, but again, quite a good looking Zelda for how old it is. And as you can see, it's called Zelda, not The Legend of Zelda. And it doesn't say his name's Link. Zelda. Anyway, so the game, you're playing on the bottom screen. You have to navigate and strike the goblin on the right while not getting hit by the bottom guard or the ghost behind you. And if you do that a couple of times, then you go upstairs, and then you have to, well, it just gets a bit harder and harder, and then eventually you get him, and then you can climb up to where the dragon is. And if you kind of go into more of the dungeons, you'll get the, I think it's the tomahawk, and that makes it a lot easier to defeat the dragon. But we don't need to get the tomahawk because we're badass at this. Look at this, we're really good at dodging fireballs. So, oh, got hit by fireball. So smack up the dragon, and then bang bang bang. I did cut this because it did take a little while longer than I thought it would. Dragon dead. So we got one piece of, I think, a 9-piece Triforce. Yeah. And then bosh, you're all good. Zelda, what a fantastic Game & Watch. It's probably the one that people go after the most, actually. And that's my Game & Watch collection. Very fond of my Game & Watch collection, even the quite new stuff. I think I have all the ones that I want. I never played. I didn't play the, what would you call them, like the arcade style ones with the screens kind of mirrored, and you can, I'll throw a picture. That one. I didn't really play the single ones either. For me, it was either the flap up ones, kind of like the DS now. Obviously, this is kind of pre-DS stuff, so they kept the same kind of model of the flap open, or you got the book ones. So yeah, so those are my Game & Watches. Let me know what you think of the collection. I don't think I'll be adding to it at this point. I feel like I've got all the ones that I like. I've done a lot of research into the ones that I thought, oh, those would be really nice. Yes, I do have one or two that just came up for sale and were a really good price, so I ended up biting the bullet and buying them, and I wasn't disappointed. But as you can see, I love collecting these kind of older retro items. If you do like this kind of stuff, if you can consider subscribing, I'll be right here and I'll clap when you do, if you do. But as always, like, share, subscribe. Don't forget, the Game & Watch is just simply the game and clock.